Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Onward VRML Season 14 Week 4. Today we have a very exciting match with Gladiators versus Imperial. Of course, anybody which is aware, Glad is Diamond ranked and Imperial is Master Team. And of course, Imperial came second place in Season 13 in the finals. So those are very exciting, both these teams super high up. It's going to be a very exciting match we have ahead of us. Of course, but moving over to the bands. So very exciting bands for this evening. So if you go to the bands, of course, for the home team, which is going to be Gladiators for this evening, we do have Cargo. Also, I do believe that I did select a second band, but it didn't appear to go through properly. I'm very sorry, but I'm not exactly sure to why that did occur. Let me just quickly reset those. Random. Occasional random bugs, of course, but there is no biggie of no worries, no matter. Of course, you should be quickly going to add that back in. It is for this even going to be Cargo and Suburbia for, of course, Gladiators pick. So very small maps, very fast action-paced small maps are being banned from Gladiators side. Clearly, they are aware of Imperial's strength when it comes to the faster maps. So hopefully, if I quickly just add this in, but so Quarantine and of course Bazaar, and of course I just gave away the bands which are going to be Quarantine and Bazaar going for Imperial. So if I just play them now, they should update. Nope, okay, there is a little bit of a minor issue going on with the bands for this evening, but I will try to figure out what was going on with them. But please just do know that the bands for this evening are going to be Cargo and Suburbia, and of course for Imperial it's going to be Quarantine and Bazaar. So to appear about, of course, Imperial are kind of banning Quarantine, which is a pretty fair ban for them, and of course Bazaar. But anyway, going over to the stats for the past matches they have both played, it has appeared that Imperial and Gladiators had played twice in the past, in Season 13 we're talking about. So going off their most recent match, which was on the September the 11th, it did appear going to be a 14-2 going for Imperial. That is a massive win for Imperial. Maybe we might see something like that later today, so we will just have to kind of hope. But of course, going over to the other one, it was an 8-10. So, going off these past scores, they are quite even still. So, not exactly sure to what is going on with that. So, we might possibly see some very close rounds and very close matches coming ahead of us. So, I am very excited and most interested to see how these both teams are going to play, of course, and how it's going to be. Checking over to the first map, and it is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, Downfall. Downfall, much more of a larger map and a very exciting first pick for both these teams to choose. I am very excited for this round going to start. Of course, Gladiators will be on the home team as it is their map pick. They do have the choice to play Volk, but have chosen to remain as Marsok. And yeah, so I am ready for this. I am excited for this game after being harassed to cast this by a few people I will not disclose. We'll have to see, but I say that's really random that the bans aren't currently working. They were working perfectly fine previously, so not exactly sure to why they aren't working currently, but that doesn't matter too much. I'll keep on constantly reminding everybody that we will be not seeing Cargo and Quarantine for this evening, but sometimes mistakes and little issues happen. It's better just to get through and than to worry about them too much, but that shouldn't really stop the gameplay which we're going to watch for this evening. So very nice. Checking into the lobby, each player is ready in, so we should be starting very shortly. Both the teams must be planning out their strategies for this round. Imperial going to be defending, so I've not played with Imperial much or Gladiators in fairness, so I kind of don't know. I'm a bit of a newbie in terms of the higher team time play, so when it comes to the strategies and what they're going to do, it's all just new to me. So I'm very for my sake, I'm actually curious to see how both these teams are going to play. Gladiators are the underdog for this evening. They are the diamond team, they are the team which are a bit lower down, and of course they're going against big and bad Imperial, second place in the Season 13 final. So it's all game, and it's all going to happen down to the maps they do play. But Downfall, it is Gladiators pick, so it will be their advantage. So hopefully they can try to keep that advantage and try to use it to, use it to get a few points, and then maybe get the secure win for the first map. So we'll just have to see. Of course, we should be starting very shortly as most of the players are in. But I say, I am interested. But going over to the past statistics, it does appear that, a downfall wasn't played in their past matches, but Bazaar, Cargo, and Quarantine were. So there was clearly some choices there for the bans, as I said previously. If for this evening they're going to be banning Bazaar and Quarantine, it's clear to me that they're making sure that they do not play their advantage, or Gladiators' advantage, because it was an Imperial ban. But of course, over on Gladiators' side, they have banned Cargo, and of course Suburbia, which they didn't play Suburbia, but they did play Cargo. And going off the scores, it was a very Imperial-sided score ending, but you know, that is all to be seen. But for any fun's sake, I am ready. I am very, I keep saying I'm very excited, because I am, in fairness. Anywho, we should be starting very shortly, and I am ready. Anyway, we should be starting very short. Just getting some clarification from both the teams that it should be starting. There's a bit of confusion to why I'm using not my my full Steam account, but we don't question it. Both teams are readied up anyway, and we should be starting regardless. But I'm ready, and I do believe we are going to hear that countdown in just a few moments, and I should be very good to go. But yeah, so it is not looking the best for Gladiators though, as going off their past scores, they did play very goodly at Quarantine, and so at Snow Peak, but Quarantine, of course, being a better map, was banned. But anyway, we did hear that countdown start, so we will be going into... I need to just hit the replay button, I think. Yes, I did. But anyway, going into round 1. So yeah, let's get to it. Checking over to Gladiators, which are getting themselves ready. They do have the northern side spawn, so they do have a choice on how they want to push this. Does appear we're going to have a few players going for that bit of a northern push, but the rest of them are going to be crossing over, trying to go from the ravines or pushing through center. Checking over back to Imperial, which are already smoking out. They are going smoke heavy to make the cross so they don't get picked off here. Shift Leo is, of course, at the OBJ. We have not Mikey and Aboto in the building looking across. We do have MK, Snooper, and Phantom Operator in middle hotel here. Of course, Snooper will be watching the OBJ cross. Let's say it's now up to Gladiators to make their first attack here. Bobby V2 is looking through the cover, looking down into middle building, and of course at the stone hedges to see if anybody has pushed up. They are playing this very tightly though. They're not peeking too many angles. They are holding very close in and very hidden. So say it's going to be a very difficult push for Gladiators to make here. So Phantom is holding that cross tightly, making sure no one comes down from lower red truck. If anyone tries to go for that push into lower red truck, they will be taking them out. So checking over to, which I believe that is Diabolical. Checking over to Diabolical, which is now in the ravines, making its way up to White Building. At some point, it's just kind of checking around, checking church. So they are calling out, they are keeping a constant communication with the team to call out areas which are clear. Oh, of course, Chiro, which will be looking through the windows, trying to head peeking around, see if anyone on middle hotel will be peeking around, trying to pick someone out here. Hippo is starting to make his way up to the rocks. He's in the center. He's in a kind of a aggressive spot, as Leo could peek out and get an angle onto him. But say it's really dependent if of course Imperial is going to be kind of aggressive, but they have used 2 minutes of their time so far. They will be taking their time very carefully here. Trying to make sure that do not peek any massive silence. I do hear a drone. Yep, and the drone caller has been made from Imperial, but the drone has been used from Gladiators to get a bit of an advantage. Shots are being had at the drone. I imagine the drone is knocked down. The caller has been made up for the 2-story building. It's 3 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. Over back to Diabolical, which is near the White Building though. It's just checking through the center. He's just kind of clearing out all the windows, trying to spot if anyone's looking around. But Imperial have this tight. They are holding this OBJ tightly. They have not peeked out aggressively for this OBJ. Gladiators aren't giving themselves the most amount of time here. They are taking it slowly as they are pushing up. But Imperial have been playing this very, very slow and carefully as they're not peeked. Too many angles, they have not been spotted. Shots are being had at the 2-story and of course the tower. We want to be catching anyone off guard though from Bobby V2. Just wait for that first pitch. It does appear that Diabolical is now starting to make his way up with the smoke launcher. Might smoke off Church here. Checking through the window at the far back. They do need to make a bit of a move on here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds are remaining. You know, that is, when you're in the middle of a gunfight, not the most in the world. We'll be able to cross Phantom Operator. Aleppo has now made itself into the Black Hawk, so that is a very good advantage point. Aleppo was playing that super quietly, super quiet. Oh, down goes Bobby V2. As I said previously, Phantom was locking down the lower lead truck, so that is a definite pick already onto Gladiators, and that real revive will not be going ahead unless Trivia wants to try to flank around. Smoke is thrown onto his body though, so that is good for him. We could well and truly see a stealth cap going ahead. You know, if Lipiva could try to make that cross and get fast around it, you know, if he was just quick enough, he could well and truly do it. I believe in him. So the lasers are real at the moment. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Diabolical has made his way up. So is Marco. Trevor does appear to be trying to go for the revive. Smoking out middle hotel here at the back. They have not left themselves time. 1 minute remaining. It is down to the final seconds. They might just run out of time. You know, they are going to run out of time here. They need to rush, essentially speaking. They've wasted so much time. MK is about to take out Aleppo, so down goes him. The revive onto Bobby V2, of course, has gone ahead. Trevor is making his way. Does get taken out. It is now a 3v5. Not much time remaining. Marco is rushing up. Rushes up the staircase. Does take out MK. Just checking the windows. Almost takes out a bottle here. Don't have ammo. Might get picked up here. Down goes Phantom Operator from the roof on Bobby. More shots are being had. 15 seconds are remaining. Leo's on the OBJ. Making sure they're trying to not go for a cap here. Down goes Bobby V2 from Aboto. And they've run out of time, unfortunately. Down goes nope, not Mikey. And that is over for the first round. What a juicy first round, I must say. And that'll be the first point going to Imperial. Oh my. That is a round and a half. I can say for sure. Oh my. Gladiators took that attack too slowly, wasting a solid 5 minutes before really moving up towards the OBJ. You know, you need to get on it. You know, this is coming from me, who's a bit of a bad player, but you know, I can establish when a team's taking things too slowly. They ran out of time. If Gladiators just made that cross a little bit quicker, you know, they could have had a fairly good effort. They've got a few smokes down and made a bit of a push. You know, they could have cleared that middle hotel. Had the advantage one onto the OBJ side. If they do have the south side cleared, they could have gone for that cap, but no. They did decide to take a little bit too long, and unfortunately they do lose the first round, but that was, it's a very good so far from multiple plays, of course. Of course, Marco and Phantom, oh no, Phantom, Aboto with the highest kill so far. 3-1 and 2-0. So we'll have to see if Imperial can try to keep up this energy they have going ahead, and hopefully Gladiators can try to learn a bit better, try to learn a bit more, get a bit better strategy for this. You know, they took it too slow. They had the EU slow moment of taking it way too slow, using all that precious time they did have, and the time they do need it, they just don't have any. So hopefully they'll try to learn that, and they'll try to play a bit more aggressively but not faster. or at the very least make sure you get that clearance done before you try to take, you know, engagements a little bit more tactically. But that is just what I'm saying at least. Anyway, moving over to round 2, checking over to good old Gladiators. Jar getting himself ready for the attack. It does appear we do have a similar spawn. Gladiators has moved, but Imperial are the same at the northern side. Strategies have been made ahead. It does appear we're going to have Phantom Operator and MK Sniffer going for the northern push. We do have a Boto, Should Leo, and not Mikey going through the center and across the ravines. Drew does make the cross. Apilla will be playing at the truck diabolical in the OBJ, and we're gonna have Bobby V2 across. This is quite a center open OBJ, but they are holding quite a lot. MK Snooper looking down into the middle hotel, trying to see if anybody's peeking out from the windows, but doesn't appear to be so. Bobby V2 is holding a massive cross. You know, he is taking a job and a half, making sure no one does cross into the Black Hawk, but that is going to help his team a fair bit. Does appear we're going to have 2, if not 3, pushing through the ravine. Just Leo has already made his way through. We do have a Boto on his 6, and of course at the very top we do have not Mikey. He was in Marsok 2. No, Marsok 1 I must say. It was looking down trying to clear any angles, but no spots have been made. Imperial have been using a bit of their time, but of course they have pushed up a bit more aggressively and faster than the Gladiators did. So this is very good for their advantage. So they are taking it slowly and carefully. Shush Leo is now making his way up. We'll be getting very close to Bobby here. They aren't aware of Bobby's location as Bobby does call out to his team. I say not really much advancements from Snooper and of course Phantom. Still all the same, they are taking a side. Say this is the EU slow, of course. You cannot disagree that these teams do like their time. But at least for Imperial's sake, they have been a bit more aggressively here. They do have 2 players which have already pushed up, 1 player which is kind of acting as a bit of backup. Shots are being shot from Mackerel down onto not Mikey, quite across down into the lower red truck, does get taken out for it. They're now into a 4v5, did not catch it unfortunately, but Mackerel's position has been called out and he will be spotted by a Boto and should Leo. Leo's trying to make a cross here, oh, gets spotted but barely gets into cover. Might be trying to peek up here and shoot some shots down. It's getting an angle. Shots are being had. Just take him out. Nice pick there from Leo. Bobby V2 will be trying their very hardest here not to make any noise.
Okay, I'm gonna go full leader.
Yeah, I think audio lower dumpster next.
Oh, the call out of lower dumpster building has been made, so Leo is aware that Bobby is in that building. Not exactly sure to where he is at the moment, but you know, that is still valuable information. That does forfeit Bobby's whole position currently. Nothing really much to comment about for MK and Phantom. Some pre-fire from Snooper into the windows. Trying to act as a distraction, I do see. Maybe trying to help his team make the cross. Otto is laying down and it's pre-firing through that window, which they did spot some guy. Otto's now rushing the building. Bobby does get shot. Callouts have been made. Trying to confirm if he's been down or not is going ahead, but so Bobby will be watching this now carefully. He's been discovered. If they have a nade, they can get it in here. His team will not be able to really support him much. Leo might be trying to make some sort of play here.
I think this side.
That might have made me jump a little bit. Well, I've just seen the camera shake a little bit. That was me jumping. Bobby V2 is going to be aggressive. He hits rushed outside. Out with a flash. Does hit a bottle in the face. Leo does come round. Bobby V2 is retreating. Oh, he's jiggling. He's trying to jiggle around the corner. Bobby V2 to go to the rocks. Does try to use his advantage. So it is battle at the current moment. Nice little pick there onto Bobby from a bottle. Does secure the kill. Down goes a bottle, unfortunately, who did peek out, push up to that stone wall. Should Lewis now make his way up. But I didn't comment that. Did pick out Phantom Robert and Snooper, which have made their way across. Down goes Snooper. Phantom's now trying to get the pick. He could possibly try to go in the tower, but no, he's trying to go for the flank. Trying to get an angle onto Apio. Might see him a little bit here. Does, and down goes Apio. I don't know how to pronounce the name properly, I'm sorry. Down goes Marco from Phantom. He is killing it. Diabolical on the OBJ. He is not looking in the trade.
Yeah, that was a previous one.
The snappiest trade. Oh my. And that'll be the second point going for Imperial for this evening. On downfall. Oh my. What a trade. That was a smooth and sexy trade. I don't know if I can, I don't think I've caught it, but no, I don't believe I've caught it, unfortunately, but no, I did not. But that was a smooth and sexy trade there, going for Phantom Operator. I didn't get it in time, but oh my. Anybody on the cast, please make sure to do the clip that so I can marvel over it in my spare time. But that was a shot and a half. But anyway, checking over to the OBJ, which will be the lower dumpster OBJ. This is probably one of my least favorite OBJs because, you know, you have because people play this OBJ quite wrong often. So, you know, it does need a good defense, but, you know, people always say a good offense is a good defense. So it depends how you want to play that. Of course, we do have the notorious quick spawn. Everyone loves the quick spawn. Hopefully we do get a quick spawn, see some quick fire action. Hopefully Gladiators can make sure to avoid it quickly, as it is their turn on attack for Marsoc. Here will be playing this very well. I say they are very happy so far with the current scores, being at 2-0. They do have the numbers advantage, which is going out in their favour. I believe the other spawn is the north spawn and the eastern spawn. I can't particularly remember. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a human too. I do forget callouts, but I do believe that. And it's gonna be the quick spawn. Oh, it is gonna be the quick spawn for the third round. Going to the third round, it is gonna be the quick spawn. I don't know if they've spotted them, but it is gonna be juicy. So we have 3 players which have now kind of made the cross at the stone wall. Are crossing around. I don't think the quick spawn has been made. Oh yes, it has been. Oh well, if it hasn't been yet, it is now. Down with the photo. Do a pit out Phantom for an MK, pushing up into the middle hotel. Down goes Cairo from not Mikey. It is intense so far. Both teams are spattering each other with bullets and smokes and flashes. MK trying to creep his way up towards the window. Does need to keep his eyes up. Do a diabolical on his left, and of course we have Marco on his right. He's making sure no one has made that cross. We're pushing back down. We're going over to diabolical. So they are kind of waiting to see what players are going to be doing here. MK is trying to bait out shots. He's going up and down the stairs, making sure the stairs are, well, of course the cross is clear, but maybe Gladiators can try to spot this out here, or maybe trying to shoot an M23 smoke at him. Not Mikey here, really does like his PKM fire. Shots are being shot onto MK Snooper, down goes MK Snooper. That does greatly help Gladiators here make the push into middle. Smokes are now being thrown. They do have the access to try to start pushing up now to middle hotel, leaving Phantom by himself. The 2-man push now making their way into middle hotel, and with another smoke. They might be trying to go for a cap here. Ooh. Just are being hacked onto not Mikey. Phantom Operator trying to look down, trying to spot anybody, he's just unable to reach them.
Dark room
Bobby just gets shot.
Dark room upper dumpster.
They really want to try to cross it, try to get a cap. Because we do have Operator, Phantom, which will be making sure they will not do that. Bobby is now making his way up. Did confirm. Phantom is looking down the staircase, ready to jump like Batman himself on top of a pinner. He does try to make it thing. I feel pity for anybody which crosses up. Oh, Bobby goes up, doesn't check, does get punished for it. Phantom does get that one pick down. Does hear the other two players. Hasn't made the call out though to his team. When I get a slow peek, it disappear. I also haven't mentioned about there is a flank. To pick that Marco by himself, going at the he's currently at Marsop Towers, so he could try to get a little bit of an angle down. Might get a few picks there, maybe not, maybe do. Anyway, going back to Phantom, which is on that staircase. Phantom might rush here. Possible flash might come up. Does need to make a decision here. Epino is now making his way up slowly up the stairs. It's pre-firing. Oh. There we go. The anticipation of that, but he does get the pick onto a pinner. Just slightly peeks over, spots his head or his hand, and just goes around to get the kill. Does confirm that is now a 3v2. Did appear to have Marco, which is now making his way back. It's going for that cross there. Okay. Oh, could have possibly spotted not Mikey there if he did go a little bit wider. Does take him out, living down to a 2v2. It is now Phantom Operator versus Phantom Operator and Leo left. Bit of have Diabolical and Phantom, which are kind of going for a little fight here. Phantom comes out, does take out Diabolical, and so does Leo, making sure to get that third round win for Imperial. Both teams are excited, going for the hug. Very nice. And that was round 3, 3-0 so far. Oh my. Imperial are absolutely killing it so far. We really have to hope that they can try to win this defensive round. If not, it will be going to the second map. Try to decide if they can do a little bit better there, which will be, I believe it will be Imperial's pick, so it's not looking the best. But high hopes for Gladiators. The votes weren't looking the best for Gladiators' chance to win, but we never know. You never know, but so this is going to be a tough one for them. If they do win at least one map, that will be a win in their part, I say at least, because this is going to be the toughest, one of the toughest matches I will be playing for the season, I can imagine. Unless they do get matched with Imperial, or God forsake, no fun intended. Of course, I do need to mention, of course, again that the bans were on the overlay were bugged for some reason, so the bans are Q1 and Bazaar for Imperial, and for Gladiators will be Cargo and Suburbia. And Gladiators, it is of course going to be Cargo and Suburbia. Sorry about this, everybody. Unfortunately, there is sometimes where issues with technical things do occur, but hopefully that will not be happening again. Anyway, going over to round 4. I should be stopped talking about the technical issue going into the round 4. They do appear to have the quick spawn on this OBJ, so I'm very excited to see how they will be playing this. Cheerio is now making its way up into the white room. Might get Ooh, might get peeked out here, might get taken out. Just need to play this carefully though. You have MK Snooper, which is watching that window.
Sending drone on.
Those shots have gone off yet. Did we have two flankers from Aboto and Leo going for the north side?
If you can, Mikey,
Not
go
pushing
all
through the
way to
ravines.
the west by the East Church and stuff, that will help.
Drone has come out. Diabolical was in by himself with, oh, of course, Marco in the OBJ. Or EV2 on top of middle hotel, peeking through the window with the little small door case until we have to do a pillow. Pino. I will keep on mispronouncing his name all the time, so please do. Please don't listen to me. I am a fool. We are waiting for Imperial's attack. There goes the drone. Goodbye, drone. The drone is being used to try to spot any players which are further back. Snooper is kind of considering moving up a little bit. He's still watching that window carefully though. The worst instances are when the second you look away from the window and a player appears. That is the worst pain. The curse of the onward timing. It is a real event, ladies and gentlemen. It does happen to the best of us. Oh. Is he going to peek out? Does appear to be peeking out. Yeah, and I caught it. In a blink of an eye, onward timing swoops in. Down goes Chiro. And it is now a 5v4 so far. Do appear to have going over to Aboto and of course Leo. They have made the flank and they are now behind the enemy line for the current bit. Don't need to worry about a pillow though. They do need to check that building to his left.
Mikey, when you get a chance, can you check the southwest rocks? So like the row of rocks on the southwest side?
So they are taking their time here. They are playing this very wisely.
No, along like the whole west road.
Apino is now hearing their voices. We'll be peeking out, maybe trying to spot them here. Did just miss him cross. We'll most likely go after them. I'll definitely call out to their team.
Me and the bot have any Onward.
So there is a player behind them, which they have not addressed. That isn't the best situation to be put in.
Before we go in.
Is there any chance you guys could suppress around Center Hotel and lower dumpster?
Apino is now making his way over, quietly, stealthily, moving his way across.
Paper, scissors.
Quick game of rock, paper, scissors going ahead to the side. Oh.
Rock, paper.
It appeared that Aboto did just lose. Oh, Leo does. Oh no! Oh. Leo gets taken out, but Apino does get refragged. Oh, never play rock, paper, scissors in Onwards. You never do it. It is not worth. Anyway, enough of that incident. It is now leaving it to a 4v3.
I confirm one down in White House.
That is funny. That is calm when we're playing rock, paper, scissors. Did a bit of Bobby V2, which is on the staircase. Might get picked out here from Phantom. Phantom peeks out wide and picks up. He could peek Bobby here. Bobby is very exposed going from his position. Just picks up a little bit more. Bobby V2 will be gone. Is suppressing Diabolical here. Oh, does get taken out. Oh no! Down goes Bobby and down goes Aboto, leaving now to a 2v2. It is not Mikey and MK Snooper making their way up, leaving the last two people inside the OBJ. It's going to be stressful for them. They don't have any back support, you know. Being stuck inside the OBJ building sucks. Especially when you know that players are outside. You can't really do much about it, unfortunately. Michael's trying his best, trying to get an angle or just try to spot someone, but it's going to be hard. Diabolical, his best interest to stop the inside cap and Michael's to stop the outside cap. Imperial will be most definitely be trying to get this cap right now. They want this cap. They would love to get this cap currently. So both teams are playing this very, well, especially for Mikey's sake. Mikey's going through it. He's very excited. Oh, just peek out. Okay. Just need to play this a bit carefully. Does know that Marco is above him. Down goes Snooper. Mikey does rush in. Does get about the trade. And the trade. And that'll be the first point going to Gladiators on downfall. Did not expect that. Unfortunately, people did get smacked on the last round. In the last few moments, they played a little bit not as wise as they should have, and they did get taken out for it. And that will be a 3-1 so far. Hope maybe Gladiators can try to get it back. You know, it is possible. I'm not saying they will do, but it's there's always a chance that the redemption can always come. OBJ is I don't know. The Black Hawk OBJ will be played for this round. Imperial on the defense, Gladiators on the attack. Possible crit spawn on the northern side, but most likely going to be another Marsok, and the ravine side OBJ will spawn, so we'll have to hope for that. I am very excited to see how this will be played. Please do excuse me if I don't speak so often. I actually do have a bit of a sore throat, but we try not to stress about it too much, but do wish me well. Say I don't know what to say. That it's been a very exciting first few rounds, and it does make sense to why Gladiators has decided to ban, well, not Gladiators, but I just be able to strike. Imperial have decided to ban Quarantine. You know, I believe that Imperial would do a fairly good job versus Gladiators in Quarantine, but of course, you know, Gladiators did do very well in one of their matches versus them, so you know, there's always that possibility that, you know, Gladiators could always try to get the second win if they did play like that. But anyway, we are appeared to be going into, they're just playing with the countdown, man. Look at that. Anyway, going into just appeared to be round 5. Just appeared to have the quick spawn at the northern side. It is going to be fast. It is going to be aggressive. I am excited for this. Out goes a preemptive smoke. They are pushing up. Are looking down. Players are peeking up. But Mikey does avoid getting taken out though. The quick spawn has been made. Snooper is going for it. Does barely avoid taking out a player. V2 is trying to make its way up to the northern hotel. So is a Pippo. So the aggression is real so far. Gladiators are trying to seize the opportunity here. Bobby V2 almost gets taken out from Bobby. No, Aborto, sorry. Bobby V2 almost gets taken out from Aborto. The two Bs. It's just trying to spot the players which aren't peeking so much. It is still rather northern and centered pace at the current moment.
Saw another one there, North Hotel.
They are placed around northern side. Does appear they are going to try to go for the northern attack. Unless they're going to have a few players going for the flank now. Bobby is kind of moving around a little bit. Not exactly sure what Bobby's plan is here. He is being hunted out from a Botto, so he does need to make a decision. He might get taken out though if he keeps on pushing over. Probably just be pushing it back. Diabolical's now making his way up. So all these players are now starting to push through center. We do have a singular flank, which is going to be Marco, which is going for the ravines. But otherwise, you know, they are playing this very less openly, or more, you know, bit more closed off near the northern in middle side. Phantom may have just spotted a player, or almost spotted a player at least. Just need to peek around the boxes, might have an angle. He's waiting. Oh, I've just... It's so close, which is the annoying part. That it's just mere, like, just mere pixels. If someone stood up a little bit more, they could have easily had him, but not for the current moment.
Vai ragazzi, io tengo il frontale del motore. Io tengo quel lato destro.
Gladiators and Gladiators are playing this yet again quite slowly as before. Shots are being had. I'm not actually on 2, but shots are being had.
They're just wasting their time, don't peek.
Good advice from Phantom. As I said, they are wasting their quite a lot of time here, which, you know, for Imperial's sake,
That's
that
3
is
minutes,
a very nice advantage for them. They've already wasted 3 minutes of their time. It's just the waiting game for the current moment. It is the waiting game. We do appear to have Bobby V2. Oh, just by himself in the in the middle of nowhere in the northern side. Come on.
Tieni la porta, io avanzo.
Maybe one day Phantom will spoil him. The drone does go out. Drone does appear to be shot down, yet the drone has been shot down. Poor drone. Two minutes remaining.
Ok, io sono
Protocol does rush inside. Lower dumpster. Shots are being had from Leo. I believe so at least. It is the waiting game. They are taking it so slowly. It is the anticipation game. Phantom just barely avoids taking out. Look, down goes Shiver from MK Snooper. Phantom will be watching this. Oh. There comes through. That is onward timing, unfortunately. The Pinot has made the cross. Phantom Operator. Still in it. Might get shot in the back of the head here. Diabolical. Nope. Diabolical does run by. It's unaware of Phantom Operator's position. Might be trying to do something quite sneaky here. Might be trying to wait for them all to lose their guard about the behind and try to go for the behind attack here. You know, 2 players have crossed him. Could well and truly rush Diabolical here. And a Pinot. That was an M23 launcher onto a border's position. Down goes Diabolical from Leo. Smokes onto, or near the OBJ at least. Should not block off Shilo's position. Phantom Mob does get taken out from Marco, who did finally push. 30 seconds are remaining. It is a 3v4. It's not looking good. Pino is now rushing. It's pretty far in Leo's position. Pino will have the... Oh, no! The drop shot, unfortunately, does not help them too much. Down goes Bobby V2. It is now a 2v... Oh, no! Oh. Bears going to go for the cap. The bottom is down. The cap is going to happen, unfortunately. And the cap for Gladiators goes ahead. Oh my. Unfortunately, Aboto is unable to save it as he does get taken out. Oh my. And that'll be 2 points going to Gladiators. It is now 3-3. What did I say about the redemption? It is possible. Never trust a 3-0 score because anything can happen just like that. It is now a tiebreaker round decision. It is well and truly Onward's finest. You never truly know what is going to happen until it finally happens. And it's going to be now Gladiator's turn to defend and of course Imperial for the attack. I was not expecting that outcome for that round. I thought it was most definitely going to be an Imperial win. But here we are, now down to a tiebreak, and it is now anyone's money. It is anyone's game. Get some hype in the chat. I was not expecting that. In all fairness, the inside cap goes ahead. I can imagine that Gladiator right now is cheering with joyous over that victory for that round. You know, it is now anyone's game. You know, essentially speaking, Gladiators does have the defender's advantage on this map, this is a very defender-sided map. So it is for now well and truly down to Imperial's hopefully better skill to try to get a few picks and try to go for the cap, retaliation cap, or just try to make sure they can secure the round with kills. In anyone's position, I wouldn't be trying to do anything too stupid. Of course, it's always better to get a kills win other than a cap win if there's a high chance you might goof it up and lose. But anyway, going into does appear to be round 6. Looking over to Imperial, which will be a little bit disheartened by this. They weren't expecting this type of defeat so far. You know, it is not over yet. It's not over until it's over, but Gladiators will be over the moon with this so far. We're going to be here to have Marco, Diabolical going to the Black Hawk, Chiro in the same position Leo played in, Imperial going into the middle hotel, maybe trying to cross into Red Truck. Do appear to have Bobby V2, which is inside the tower. I'm just barring off names and call outs there. Do a bit of a bottle which is in Marsok 1 tower. Did we have a Phantom and a Should Leo pushing through the ravines? Does appear to have Nope Mikey and MK Snooper making their way across in the northern side. Leo's going for the push, making his way up into upper dumpster. He is going fast and he is going hard, doing his normal attack strategy, which was peeking through this little window here.
Upper dumpster.
Apino, it's at the stone wall. We'll be able to catch off Leo and of course Phantom if they do come around there. If they do appear to have a botter, which will be rejoining them. Do appear to have not Mike and of course MK, Shooter or Snooper. So now making their way across in the northern side, trying to get an angle down. Maybe trying to make a cross here. Down into the lower red truck. I say it is 3-3. Every single mistake and every single triumph they do get matters in this last round. Pena is now peeking around. We'll be able to take out a Bodo here. This will be an easy pick for Gladiators to claim. Bodo really does need to stop laying down on the ground. It's not healthy. To get the spot and down with the Bodo. As I said, it was going to happen. I have the fourth eye. I can just sense when things are going to happen. Why I have 3 eyes, don't question it. Do not worry about it. Apino's position has been called out, of course, and now Leo will be watching it. Don't see any more aggressive pushes. So it's going to be a 4v5 for Imperial's sake. They do need to kind of make a bit of a push here.
On MG, you can get some fucking free fire if you want.
Talking about an MG3. Talking about some pre-fire, we're going ahead. Trying to help them cross down into lower red truck. Not Mikey has made his way up to the top. So they could make the truck, they could make the cross into lower red truck, as no one is currently looking at them. Do have to worry about Bobby, but Bobby is Bobby is taking his time. You know, but Bobby's allowed to relax a little bit. You know, you can have a nice cold one, relax a little. You know, he's justified too. Leo and Phantom Warriors are taking their time here. Shots are being shot near the Marco, but in normal positions himself. Does give Phantom Operator a bit of time, you know. Phantom Operator is using the sound advantage, trying to sneak up towards Opinion.
Stop the fire, he's not here. It's probably in the annex.
Opinion now knows where he is. He does have to deal with 2 players though, which are getting close to him.
Could be East Church.
And just peek over. So Phantom and Leo have no idea where Opinion currently is.
2 minutes.
And I can't really be peeking around too much, as they will be peeked out.
He might be waiting for us to get comfortable.
So shots are just currently going ahead from who knows where. Diabolical is inside the tent. Some movement down into lower red truck from Mikey and MK Snooper. Operator is enjoying his jiggle wiggle. Does need to make a bit of a push here. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining. You know, they are running out of time. They either have to try to go for this impossible cap, or they do need to try to figure out... Oh, I did miss a bit on the trade with Imperial, and of course Phantom Umbrella. Mac confirm will be going ahead. They do need to worry about the diabolical here. Down goes Bobby V2 from Not Mikey. It's now 1 minute remaining. MK is trying to go for the cross, gets obliterated from Diabolical. It's Prefer on top of the middle hotel. It's not looking at the tents. Might be unspottable here. Trying to go for the cap. Trying to go for the cap. He's going for the cap. Cap. Michael's trying to stop him. Can he get it in time? No! Unfortunately, the cap does not go ahead. Too slow, my friend. Too slow. Living up to Leo. The last one standing for Imperial. Oh, might get naded out here. Nope, the nade just spoiled him. He is in the open. He will get tracked. And, oh, does get Michael. And the trade leading to an Imperial win. Oh my. What a way to end the round. Oh man. What a way to end the first map. And that is 4-3 going to Imperial. Oh my. What a insane first map. That was remarkable on so many levels. That was fast, that was intensive. I was not expecting that type of play going ahead. Of course, but we will be going on to the next map. So, I am lost for words in so many ways. That was such a tense and a very quick ending. We will be going on to map 2 after the rehost. Due to new VRML rules, we do say that every single match does need to have a rehost due to server instability for the current moments, until the DPI servers are fixed and they will be a little bit more stable and we'll have less frequent crashes. So until that happens, unfortunately there will be constant rehosts, and it's kind of sad. But on the bright side, there's not been a server crash or any form of issues yet, so I'm happy. I am very happy. Anyway, pretty just gonna join this next lobby, and it is gonna be a very exciting next map. I'm overjoyed, and I did predict this. The second map, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Subway. I'm very excited for this map. One of my favorite all-time map, of course, going to be Subway, the most beloved map in my heart. Subway being one of the most intense and the most funniest maps I've ever played, of course. So many happy moments, so many bad moments going on this map. And Disappear, of course, we're going to have a very exciting spawn. And we're gonna have the northern staircase OBJ. Oh no. Oh no indeed. It's gonna be the northern stairs OBJ. So we may possibly see a bit of a rush and a little bit of a pre-fire down the northern stairs of Imperial. Imperial, of course, are gonna be on the Master side as it is their map pick. So it's gonna be interesting. OBJ being on the northern stairs, this is quite a easy or difficult OBJ. You know, it depends. You know, it all really depends on how you want to play this. If you have a 5-man push down the northern staircase, it could be as easy as that if the team isn't preparing for it and they don't have strategies for it. But it can also be your downfall if you don't have enough. You know, if they're 5 stacking on the OBJ, but you know, you never see that happen. But if they have a very solid, you know, C4 and grenade spot lineup for the northern staircase, it can be the death of you. But I can imagine that Imperial do have countermeasures for this attack if they are going to be going for it, but that is to be foreseen. I say, I was not expecting that. That was a close game. First map. It could have been anyone's pick here. Anybody that round could have easily won that. But oh my. They appear to be starting very shortly, waiting for the team captains to ready up and start the game, but until then, I'm just I am lost for words in some way. That final round cap which almost happened, and then Leo coming in clutch, getting the last 2 picks with the trade into the final, making sure they win that last round. I will say though, Imperial must be slapping themselves in the face for that performance they did. They had them in the first half, not gonna lie, but you know, it didn't look the best once they started losing to that degree. You know, getting capped on, it hurts. It hurts many people's feelings. I still lose my dignity thinking about times I've been capped on, but you only learn from your mistakes, and well, I am a walking mistake, so I guess I learn all the time. So anyway, enough of that sad sorry stuff. We should be starting very shortly. Anyway, and we are going to be starting onto the first round on Subway. Checking over to Imperial, which do have the standard spawn.
So be ready for that.
Oh, hello. Laggy from Not Mikey.
This is what we're going to do. I'm going to wait until you guys get all the way down, bottom of horseshoe, then tell me when you want to
Does
go.
appear not to be a northern stair pusher. We're going to have a 3-man push down to the basement. We're going to have Phantom up and a Botto, maybe going for overpass, or going for the maybe down northern stairs. Possibly. It does appear they're not going to be going down. Okay, I don't know why I'm here then, but I guess for the time being we can watch their performance. Benyo does have a flashbang ready. Say they're not going to be doing anything. Phantom already is just doing some lovely tippy taps with the LMG fire, but nothing will come about them. Botto's now starting to make his way up. Does need to deal with Diabolical, which we'll be watching on the overpass. Going quite slowly. Oh, never mind. He's going a bit aggressive now. He is taking his time though, which is fair. Will be possibly waiting for, of course, Phantom Operator to rejoin him. Where are you going? I don't know where to watch. Botto is now making his way up. Oh, no he's not. He's going back. You know what, right? I'm gonna watch Diabolical instead. At least I know he's standing still. Results were Imperial. Of course. A very interesting and exciting first map. We are still currently waiting to see, and it does appear that Phantom Operator has now joined Aboto. Do have Shuleo, Snooper, and of course Not Mikey in the basement, which are now making their way across. Very unrestricted. Down goes Diabolical and Aboto with the trade. No harm, no foul. Over back to Shuleo. Just now making it through up. Might be going through the southern stair upstairs. He is a feisty one. He does like his drop shots, I must admit you. Making their way up the staircase. Not to spoil any players here. They do need to worry about Marco, which will be in the tunnels, and of course we do have Chiro, which is down the further tunnel, which is in track 4 and track 3. Leo is jiggling his way up and down, trying to bail out any shots. Any shots. Mikey is playing the defense here, playing the flank. Call it has been made that is Bravo 4 Echo 4. Bravo relating to how many players are alive, Echo relating to how many players which are dead. No, but still dead on the enemy team. Or, no, I can't remember. I've stopped using Echo and Bravo a long time ago, so I can't really remember. Different teams have their own variations of what they use to call out dead or alive players, so depends on their preferences. Phantom now making its way across. It's pre-firing on overpass. Checking behind Cola. Victor was a ticket machine. It will be very unrestricted though, so he does have a lot of free gain for this.
We make ourselves double down first. Alright, he's not even in. Oh my god.
A little bit of exasperation there from Leo. They are still waiting.
2 minutes 16 again, do not time out.
They are calling out not to run out of time here. Nope, Mikey is now making his way across into the train.
You hear me? I've crashed. For God's sake, this game is so amazing, isn't it?
Did appear to have a player which has crashed, I believe. Operator? Nope, it's operator. Someone on the Imperial side has crashed, so that is going to suck. Oh no, that's not great for them.
There's probably one holding a fucking tripwire.
Oh, I love Imperials sometimes. They're so funny. Leo is going to check. Oh, is he going to check? He's not checking. Imperial's going to get blasted in the back. Yep, Imperial gets taken out. Up goes a flash, hits him in the face, just get him out. Michael got obliterated by so many players just then. And it is now a 2v2. Mikey's now making it through, just pre-fire. Let's go for the refrag pre-fire and does get him out. It's now a 2v2. Imperial is pushing through north. North's coming out. So it's clear, and down goes Bobby. They could go for the cap. Nope, it's going for the cap. He can try to redeem himself here. Opinio's just realised, and he's near, and that is that. And the cap for the first map, or the first round, I must say. Just go ahead and just go to Imperial. Nope, not Mikey. Does redeem himself on his cap time, and it does secure the first cap going to Imperial on the second map. It is looking nice for Imperial's sake so far. That was a very tight round, and very unfortunate that Imperial did have a player drop. Player did, of course, did crash, but he is coming back very shortly, I can imagine. Unfortunately, that does occasionally happen, but at least Imperial was still able to continue despite having a player down, but that is still always fun. Long. Being insulted in the chat for being called a nutter, but I appreciate it all kindly. There's many names that people call me, but being called a nutter is definitely not something which I'm often called, but that is fair enough. But anyway, enough of that. But say, I was actually, believe it or not, expecting a Subway play here. If we go into the results, of course, which this is Imperial's pick. Imperial do love their Subway, playing the second most out of their most played maps, of course, but the top being Cargo, but going over to Subway. They have a 8-to-2 ratio, well, they have an 8-2 score when it comes to the amount of wins to losses they do have on it, so you know, that is a lot. That is an 80% win rate for Subway, so there is no downer that they have chosen this map. Interesting to see why they banned Quarantine, which, you know, is all fair enough, but interesting one. Leo is Leo is a bag of potatoes on the floor.
Come on, big guys. Let's up. Let's up. Come on.
Come on, Leo, get up. You still have a war to fight. Fat shaming Leo has never felt so fun. It appeared to be all going through either north or through the overpass. It's appeared to be a 3-2 split. Nope, nope, they're going this way. That was gonna be if you love me, let me go, but it didn't go. Down goes Diabolical and Chiro. Oh, Botto. That is now 2 down. I just missed that. I'm very upset. Sorry, Botto. I'm very unfortunate to say, but I did miss your 2k. They're dancing with death at the moment. Bobby's just dancing away in front of Phantom over here. No smokes, no flashes. Oh, out goes a flash. Throws it over. There's a nade. Nope, does hit Leo. Poor Leo. The revive onto Leo. Smokes are being thrown. Leo does rush his way up. Does take out Bobby. Does get taken out though.
One more top, yeah, kill one.
Phantom is going to be downed, of course, in the most weirdest position to be downed in, of course. Auto does appear to be going up. Out goes a flash. Does hit. Does get the revive. Pino does get obliterated from Snooper. Snooper does TK Phantom. Oh, the revive unfortunately leading to the TK, but it's now a 3v1. Last player does be Marco, and it is taken out from Snooper, and that will be 3-0 going to Imperial. Snooper didn't like Phantom Operator there, so did shoot him whilst he was down on the staircase. Poor Phantom barely gets revived for just a few mere moments just to get obliterated in the back, but you know, sometimes the best love is an aggressive love, so anyway, but swinging back over to the OBJ, which will be the basement objective. Imperial will be on the attack, Gladiators on the defense. Are we going to see a downfall? We may possibly do. If we see a downfall, I will take my imaginary hat off to everybody, but you never know. So I am not expecting a downfall to happen again, but if it does, I will be, I know what I would be a very surprised person, to say at least. I was not expecting to see this again, you know, especially what happened in the last few rounds on downfall. To go from a 3-0 to a 3-3 is really remarkable, because you know you have to think about the stake of your team's mental. You know, playing the first map and you're seeing that you've lost 3 points already on the first map, you know, it hurts. It hurts, man, but to get it back, you know, that is something special. And you know, Gladiators almost took that first map, you know, in fairness. If Leo wasn't such a jiggly, fast little child, you know, Gladiators could have well and truly taken the first map. But regardless, that was an excellent performance of so far skill going for Imperial. Aboto with the 2k. I'm very sorry, Aboto. Please do not hurt me. But I say, very nice play so far. I'm going over to round 3. We're going over to Gladiators. Gonna have Bobby and Shiro going for the northern side. Gonna have Diabolical, Abino and Marco going for the southern defense. Also do have Imperial, which are the usual standard spots. It's gonna be a 5 basement man push. Interesting.
Fucking bugs. Oh no.
Leo's in the lead and is on his way. He is the sacrificial lamb.
What is it with this game, man? Oh god.
Leo's now making his way through, making it to the red room. Does pre-fire the spot. Pino has made the cross. Diabolical is at the boxes, or the barrels at least, I must say. Barrels is right in front of you, my friend. This kick out gets absolutely obliterated from 2 players. Have not checked left, does check left. Doesn't check left side. Does take out Pino. The revive onto Leo goes back up. It is now a 3v5. Marco, we'll be trying to go for some action by the looks of it here. We'll be trying to rush down the service tunnel. No, it does appear to be retreating back down the southern staircase. He is now the last line of defense. Now got the frag. Into the trend. Does drop the flashbang at his team. That is what I call team love.
Watch out. Yeah, we look like
Well, we should really try and in theory try to try to get his way back. They are still looking out for some C4, but I don't believe there is any C4 unless this man has. He has a C4. Oh, he's a grenade. Cool. Julio's come around the corner. Just got him. He just died. Just for the nade. Just somehow barely avoids Leo due to Onward perfection. It is now a 5v2. Just her footsteps out with a flash. Just go for the fruit. Oh, the TK onto Leo. They do not like Leo today. And of course, Bobby does get taken out from not Mikey. Leaving it into a 4-0. Going for Imperial. That is clean shaven defeat going for Gladiators for the current moment, and a very nice, excellent, you know, prescription of pain and skill going for Imperial, making sure to get that win. Of course, poor Leo just get obliterated in the back of the head by his team. But you know, sometimes sometimes it has to be that way. I said, what a exciting round. Use the Sniffer. And regardless, moving over the next map, I'm very excited for the last map, but it is going to be, I forgot to mention, it is an Imperial win for this entire match for this evening, but I forgot to mention it. I need to restart my game because of the Novs glitch, but regardless, that was not how I expected. And it was going to be, well, sorry, English is hard. We do appear to be going into a 10-minute cooldown. So for the current moment, I'm going to go into intermission, get myself a drink. Get yourself a quick drink as well, everybody. Get some popcorn. You know how it is. And we will be back for the last map, which we will be deciding shortly. So we'll go into a short intermission. I will be able to get a drink and try to help my sore throat. But anyway, this is an Imperial win so far, but we do have one more map to go. So do not leave, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be just right back. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. The timeout has occurred, and we will be going to the third map very shortly. And the third map is going to be, and I'm trying to find it. It is going to be Snow Peak for the third and last final map. Going ahead, I am excited. One of my all-time favorite maps, of course. This map, it has so much nostalgia. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my best maps in this game. I don't care what you say. We love a good Snow Peak from time to time. But yes, to say, so far it is both teams have now finally rejoined the lobby now. Both teams have had their 10-minute timeout and now getting themselves ready for this last map. So hopefully Gladiator can try to secure this last win for this last map. We have to hope. But maybe Imperial might stop them and say, if they can win one more map, I will be proud of them. I will be proud. I say this has been a very interesting and a very exciting game for both sides. Gladiators almost got it on the first map, which would have been a tiebreaker map decision if that did occur, but unfortunately it is going to be an Imperial win for this evening, and this is just going to be the last map, which is mandatory. But it all takes aside, Imperial can try to get a few more points up, and maybe Gladiators can try to get this win for the last map, but we'll just have to see. OBJ is of course at the the southeastern shack, metal shack, OBJ spawn, I believe that's what it's called. I'm not a calculator, I'm not a human dictionary either, so do forgive me if I do say something wrong. I don't study this game like a Bible. But I say, for that sake, we should be starting very shortly, waiting for one more player, and we should be going into round one. But I say, for the current moment, it is pretty fair to say who has won this map. We'll kind of have to see, but going into the old reports, going down. So checking over to Snow Peak for Gladiators side. Snow Peak was played their 4th highest for Gladiators, and this is their peak. This is their pick. So it does make sense they have decided to choose Snow Peak as Quarantine, which is their 2nd favorite map, was banned. But they could have picked no, the Bazaar was banned as well. I've forgot about that. But yes, going into Snow Peak. Of course, being their 4th best map, hopefully they can try to get a few points and maybe try to secure it. We'll just have to see. But going down into the first round, checking over to Imperial.
Alright boys, you know the play, let's move it.
Abono's very happy.
What are you waving at him? Hi.
I know, I was just having a little dance. With that being said, hi Glue.
Yeah, where is Blue?
He's no longer
Blue
happy.
somewhere.
Blue somewhere.
It's all powerful.
Yes, I'm forever watching you guys. Take note of it. Shout out to Imperial for kind of stalking me and knowing where I am at all times. Anyway, do appear to have I can't finish. A Pinot, the Diabolical Chiro, they're pushing for the northern side. Nice pinner from MK Snooper onto Marco. Where are people anymore? To have MK Snooper, which is inside the tunnels, inside the horseshoe. To have what's his name? Not Nike, inside of the garage, tank garage. Sorry, my call out's a bit rusty for this map, so do forgive me. So yeah, do inside the tank garage. Both two is now making his way through the tunnels. Might be pushing through the tank garage entrance, or might be going to try to refrag his teammate at the horseshoe. And of course, we do have these 3 players now making their way through the northern side. Pushing up towards the north hangar. Might be an interesting advantage. Might be trying to pick out a Botto here. Shots are being had for a Botto. Hello, Leo. Nice bit it onto a Botto. I have no idea who to watch anymore. I'm going to check over to Diabolical. So action is happening while I'm not positioned. It's really annoying. Then we do have Diabolical, which is now pushed his way up towards closer to the hangar. We are going to have a little bit of an engagement here with Bobby and MK Snooper. Snooper is unaware. Snooper does get taken out, of course, from trio. They've been both able to push up freely. It is now a 4v3 going for Imperial. Leo peeks out, does get shots. Barely was getting taken out though. All it has made from Bobby. Out goes a smoke.
Smoke's coming in, I'm going to get pushed quite hard.
Out goes another smoke. These are pretty solid smoke positions, if not a little bit closer would have been a bit nicer. Leo's getting a little bit stressed here. Let's get the pick onto Chiro. Bobby's trying to go for that another peek, trying to get the refrag onto him. Sure, Leo throws out a frag or flashbang. Oh, Leo barely was getting his head taken off. Nice little trade there from Phantom and Bobby V2. Still Leo will be trying to go for that revive, if not, of course, not Mikey. They've been out to a 4v1 position. Aboto has now come his way back from the double hangers, leaving Diabolical at the center bunker. Leaving it now to a 1v4 situation. They are taking their time though. No one's going for the revive, which is quite curious. They really must not like Phantom. I imagine they're not reviving Phantom for the advantage of it. Not Mikey, it's now making the cross. He goes for the cross, doesn't get shot in the back. That's a gun. You don't want to revive him with a pistol. Now living up to Diabolical here. He's now making his way across. He will be taking this very, 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 very slowly. Diabolical's now making his way up. It's peeking over. Doesn't get spotted from Aboto. Well, just peek up and just take him out. With quite a rain of bullets. And that will be first one going for Imperial on the third map. Imperial are really kind of trying to clean this board right now. Trying to go for a 12-3 possibly. If not a 13-3, you know, you never know. I have faith in the cap, you never know. Say, very unfortunate, but the weird ban glitch did occur. I will try to figure out, and I probably will be shouted at by a few of the casters for being a goofus, for not remembering how to do basic information. But the cap, the double ban isn't working, so I don't know. Random. It is bizarre. Not the map bizarre, but the fact it's not working is bizarre. But anyway, now Gladiators turn on the defensive side on the Volk, so of course the same form of strategy pool will be going on. Of course, one in Horseshoe, one in Tank Garage, two watching the south and hangers, and of course one in the watching the cross in the center. The always basic type of strategy here is just to make sure to have the OBJ covered from multiple sides, as you know, you do have the southern hangar spawn. Do have the inside the tunnels. You do sometimes get the far north spawn, which is very interesting, as you do see teams rushing down through the north box, getting a little bit of a peek down onto the OBJ. So it's always interesting to see how both these teams will like to address this angle of attack. Say for the current moment, we will be waiting. Imperial was stalking me. They knew where I was. And they were talking to me through the spirit, but anyway. Going over to round 2. Getting himself ready. They do appear to be inside of the tunnel north spawn, as I did say before. So this is sort of the faster, I say the faster bit. It's the further spawn, but it's still fairly fast. Imperial is now making its way inside of the tank garage. We do appear to have a Bobby V2, which is now going inside of the horseshoe, which I did state previously. We'll get into some contact here with a Bodo and Phantom. Does get traded. And that will be 1-1 down for each team so far. Checking over back to Imperial. 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 I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm very sorry to inform you. For dyslexic casters trying to read Italian names, it isn't really going the best for me. I'm gonna be perfectly honest to you, Chief. But anyway, just we're going to be having a 3-man push down into the tank garage. Julia's now made to cross. Using a drone to perfectly scope out all this back section. I believe that was a drone at least. And he was looking up. It's moving up a little bit closer here. It's trying to stay quiet, so he does need to try to peek out and get a pick at least for his team. I hear a drone that may have just spotted him. Don't believe so. Nope, he's been spotted. They do know who he is. That was correct. Oh, almost a TK. There, we saw that. Almost a TK. Nice little call out there with the drone. Just spot him out. Marco will be spotted out here with the drone as well. He is in the open. That drone is very annoying, I must admit to you. Diabolical. We're sitting on the OBJ. Do to have Chiro, which is shooting at the drone. Might have just taken it down. Does appear to be so, because I don't hear any more drone noises. But Imperial have had a lot of time to use that drone for their advantage, so they will definitely have a few bit of call-outs there. Chiro is going to be absolutely obliterated. Yep, Hesco goes down from... Not Mikey. Marco is pushing around. We'll be watching this cross carefully here. But I think Imperial do know that he is there, as I did use the drone previously, unless the drone is no longer up. I don't hear any drone. Of course, we do have a Botto on the flank. They are taking their time for this though. In a 2v4. 3 pushing through the east, 1 pushing through middle. Out goes some smoke. Double flashes here from a Botto. Push. Leo gets taken out. So does not Mikey. No man, not Mikey. Does flick onto him. Does take out Marco. Diabolical was let it rip. Pre-fires into the box. Botto could go for the cap here. Nope, he's going for the finish confirm with the kill. And that is 2-0 so far, going to Imperial. So Imperial are just definitely showing off a bit now. So it could have gone for that cap. I would have risked that cap. Maybe I'm just a lunatic, but I would have gone for that cap. You know, if I knew for a fact the guy was distracted, blinded, smoked off, couldn't see, couldn't hear properly, I would have probably gone for that cap. Maybe that's just me being a lunatic, but you never know. But no, that was, I believe that was only a 10-minute, well, I think that was a 20-minute call. I don't know how long was that break. I'm not sure how long that break was. I believe it was 10 minutes, but if it wasn't, I don't know. I can't count. But anyway, the next OBJ is going to be inside of the tunnels. It's going to be the center tunnel OBJ. Well, one of my most, it's the most interesting OBJ to say at least, as teams have many different approaches on how to attack this, and most important to defend this. This place is C4 heaven for anybody who does know a good C4 spot. Of course, you do have the quick swarm pre-fire down this lane if they do get the tank garage spawn. Do have the northern tunnels to take care of, plus you do have all of the western tunnels, which are very easy for Master to get into due to the 2 entrances from the horseshoe. See, yeah, I know some callouts sometimes. I did not mean to hit pre-shock if you. Woo. Getting over to round 3. Oh, and it's a round reset because there's a. I see it's a round reset. clearly, Bobby had some stress about that round. Bobby just turned into a balloon when you're letting out air from it. That was a round reset. Unfortunately, we'll be stunned. Imperial did miss out one of their players. Coming back into coming back into the gameplay on the round 3. No more round resets going ahead, hopefully. Bobby is no longer deflating like a balloon, so that is good news at least. But I do have the quick spawn, so this is going to be interesting. No, it's not the quick spawn. It's the quick spawn. I don't know. It's quick in my opinion.
I didn't check. They can
Flash this, watch out.
I've been in here more times than you, Phantom. You should learn off the master, not talk to the master.
Oh, a little bit of heat going between these 2 players currently, so we love that.
In here. Audio.
We gotta love it. Sorry for that little cough. My throat is kind of dying, but
They're outside horseshoe. North side.
don't talk to them. Don't tell them, master. Oh, that is something, Leo. It's not looking the best. Leo has been left for dead here. Leo just come around, just get that confirmed. Phantom does go for the revive, does get taken out for the down. Leo did leave him out to die, unfortunately. Leo got abandoned, and that will be picked onto Phantom, leaving down to a 4v3 situation. The center is kind of open for the current moment. You know, we have a bottle which is in the north. We do need to have either Not Mikey, but I believe Not Mikey is watching that long cross. It's not actually watching the cross. If he moved up here, he could. No, it's a kind of a dodgy situation to be kind of stuck into. We do have a player drop from Imperial. Bit of a rage quit, we do not hope, but MK Snooper will be definitely trying to make his way back to the OBJ, I would imagine. That was a failed flashbang from Marco. I saw that. I saw it all. Well, now watching down that lane, diabolical pre-fun at Not Mikey. Not Mikey having a little bit of a cheek there. Trying to bite off more than he could chew. Just back off. That was a C4 spot, but didn't get anybody. This is very hard OBJ to kind of defend with this amount of players. You know, there is so much open space you kind of do need to cover. So it's kind of relying on a Botto here. Not Mikey is now making the cross. Do need to be careful. This cross, this pre-fire does take out Chiro through the wall. That was Onward. Pure onwards. Even I caught that. Still kind of waiting to see how Gladiators will be pushing this. But it does have this lane secure. If once they start throwing flashes and smokes down, you know, he can peek out and just start spraying through it. We do appear to be having Imperial, which is going for the flank through the north tunnel. That was a flashbang. I got some smoke, as I did say. The Botto will be most definitely peeking around. Does need to worry about the north now, which is on his behind. You know, it's not looking the best. He will be listening for footsteps though. He does know about Diabolical is going to be pushing through this little cubby split. Will be extensively pre-firing. Just check out. Oh, that's Onward timing. And down got Diabolical from a Botto.
One on me.
Down goes, not Mikey. Chiro's trying to go around. He's stuck. Just come around. Just take out Chiro. Do see the boy about his left side, which is
Last one probably north.
Pioneer. It's now a 2v2. Out goes a smoke. Out goes a frag, I believe. Yeah, that was a frag. That was a flashbang. Bordeaux's now moving up. Down goes MPX moving. He needs to stop moving. The OBJ is exposed. Marco's going for that cap. The Bordeaux rushes through. Just see him. Just get him in time.
You were so close.
Fortunately, he gets him before he gets that cap. Bordeaux will be very relieved. Immeasurably relieved that he did stop that cap. Oh my. And that will be 3-0 so far. That was such a tight round. Almost did into the cap. Oh my. Oh my indeed. But I say that was an excellent display there from Imperial. But I say that was a excellent display from Imperial. You know, I just want to talk about what happened there in the first few kills. What happened there? You know, what was going on about? You know, Leo being a little bit out there. You know, saying he's better than Phantom. Then he gets done dirty by Phantom by being left behind, being a sacrificial lamb. Phantom does go out for the rebag, does get traded though, unfortunately, and he will be finished off. So that is something you can't really control. But you know, oh wow. Anyway. It will now be Gladiator's turn for the defense, and Imperial will be on the attack. So it is Imperial's last round if they want to try and get the cap here to try to make it 13-3, or if they just want to try and get it 12-3. To say it is now up to them to try to make sure they can secure this win, get the 3-win triple cross. If not, try to just secure the. You know, they've already won, but Gladiators might try to get this back. You never know. I'm very optimistic. I believe in Gladiators. They've done a pretty good performance. They have had some rounds where I believe that they could have won it, but rookie mistakes or just being sometimes outgunned is just sadly the case in Onward occasionally. But I say we should be starting very shortly. Does appear there's going to be another 10-minute cooldown or timeout. Sorry, there's going to be another timeout. For another 10 minutes. I believe some players have accidentally dropped due to technical issues or due to headset dying. So let me just quickly go into intermission. We'll be just right back in 10 minutes. Unfortunately, there's going to be another timeout. So hopefully we'll be very quickly. So until then, we'll go on to intermission. I hope everyone's been enjoying this so far. Come back in 10 minutes to see this one last round for Imperial. Or if not, Gladiators can try to get it back. We'll have to see. But until then, we'll be gone for just a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, we should be starting very shortly. The timeout, I do believe, has ended shortly. Most of the teams have now started ready up, so I'm expecting to start very shortly. When I'm playing, we should be going into, hopefully for Imperial's side, the last round, but for Gladiators, they're trying to hope sure they do win this. You know, they do want to get a few more points and try to win this map, of course. Let's say it kind of has to break down to if they can try to secure it, but Imperial will be on the attack. So OBJ is the same in the center of the tunnels. Do have Gladiators, which will be, you know, of course, defending it. So English is very hard, especially when you've been casting for almost 2 hours with a dying voice. But you know what? On regardless of that, it's been pretty good. Yeah. But anyway, hopefully should be starting very shortly, of course. And yeah, all players have now readied up, and we should be starting in a few ticks. We hope, of course. Anyway, and yes, we do appear to be going so. So now, moving our way into round 4, checking over to Gladiators. Now getting himself ready. Imperial, having a good time.
We got this, Leo. We got it.
Some prep talk with Leo and a Botto. Botto Leo looking kind of stressed here. Now they're off. Trying to remember the code there for Mikey Mike. Diabolical will be watching the northern tunnel. Did we have some action going on? I have no idea where from. Oh, some pre-fires and some flashbangs. That is interesting to see. Marco is now making his way up. Down goes Imperial. Marco's now coming around the corner. Does get down him, but does with the trade, the double pick. Going for Marco, taking out 2 players for Imperial with him. It is now a 2v3. Just like that, it is now down to the final decision. Leo and a Botto.
This time.
Okay, I'm gonna flash the left and we clear the right.
It's up to you guys. Bobby is rushing around the corner. Got Leo on his back. Just take him out.
Nice. Watch out for the right.
Yeah, looking right.
Bots are now making their way up. This teamwork going ahead.
We gotta take this quick.
Yeah, I'll go off you.
Getting themselves ready. Imperial is watching down this lane quite carefully here. Oh, does make a cross. Leo's now peeking. Oh, it's just a waiting game. Both these players are just kind of rushing around. No, just peek out. Oh, it's scaring me. The onward timing is scaring me. I keep seeing the most scary things happen. Anyway, my headphones are going to die soon, but come on, let's get this last round secured. Or if not, try to get it up for Gladiator's sake. My headphones have died, but you know what? I will just continue out the headphones. You don't need audio anyway. I probably do, but I don't have a charger for them, so I guess I have to finish this cast without any audio. Is now pushing away round the corner. It's just tippy tappy. Well, we're still waiting. We're still waiting.
You know the little mini tunnel?
They're kind of just holding down these angles tightly. Leo could have a pretty nice angle if he does move back to that position he was playing. Abodo is now made the cross as well. Pushing through, trying to go for the northern tunnel by the looks of it, if not closer to it. Is now making his way to Leo, taking the lead. Going over to Leo. Checks through the rooms. Make sure no one's hiding there. Checks behind the door. Picks out left. Jiggle picks out again. Just confirm no one's hiding there. Diabolical must have definitely heard their footsteps and is calling out to his team. Sure is now on the snow pile. Diabolical at the boxes. Yeah, just he's trying to jiggle his way out. He's doing a little jiggle jiggle. He's doing a jiggle dance. He's excited. He's ready to get this kill. Hopefully, they're both kind of watching off each other. Out goes a flash or a smoke. Does smoke the clearance a little bit better for them.
You've got to clear this north.
Side, I'm pushing this side.
I don't know. I'm not comfortable with that.
Still kind of waiting to see how they're going to be pushing this. If when they're going to be pushing this.
Smoke, okay.
Got a flash or a frag. A frag grenade. That was a flash. I can't tell. Doing some communication with their some hand gestures with the gun. Smoke is gone. They jiggle their way around that corner. Oh, this crush up, this gets taken out and gets finished. No, unfortunately, that will be 3-1 going for Wood. That will be the first point going for Gladiators on Snow Peak. So let's add one to home. So I was kind of anticipating that Imperial would have kind of maybe won that round. You know, that was very unfortunate. If Roboto and Shirley maybe attacked a little bit differently, maybe rushed round, used that smoke to their advantage. They did waste the smoke. If Roboto kind of rushed out with that smoke, he would have probably had an easier time there. But unfortunately, you know, sometimes players do make rookie mistakes, so then they do forget about the utility. Yeah, forget about the utility. Anyway, checking over back to the OBJ, which is going to be the Southern Hangars objective. One of my most, I don't know what to talk about this one. This one's always that OBJ. It's always that OBJ. You know, people love it, people hate it. I'm a bit of a meh. You know, it's all right. You know, there are some funner ones, but this one's a pretty solid OBJ regardless, and it will be going to Imperial's favour, I could imagine, as this one does require some level of faster reaction times, a bit more of a higher gun performance and play aspect to it, and I don't think Gladiators could probably take advantage of it as much as they could. Of course, Gladiators will be most probably taking this a little bit slowly, as they normally do. So I do imagine they will be pushing through the eastern side a little bit slowly down, but it will take them about a few minutes to get to the tower. If anyone does go into the bunker, of course, or push through any of the other split alleyways, you know, they will be taking their pretty time, so you never know. I might just be wrong and I'm going to take it a bit aggressively, a bit fast. But we're soon hoping to start it, and then we have started, so I can't hear, I have zero audio. You think the basic would be to have basic audio, but no I don't. But anyway, moving over to the round 5. No idea what Imperial's saying. They could be talking about anything relating to the game or talking about how I smell. We never know. Turning over to back to Gladiators, which are now pushing their way through. Have got on the tank garage spawn, which is the far eastern spawn. Now on their way. They are playing this. They are taking their. Well, they are taking their time advantage. They do have the time to kind of push up here. Now using it wisely. Making that distance before they start to take it a bit slower, I can imagine. They was on this little rock here. Just given quite a good advantage point to look over at the bunker. We'll be taking note of that little spot there. As said, they are starting to go a little bit slowly now. Diabolical is now starting to make their way across. Imperial. He's now starting to make his way across. Might be trying to move to the bunker, but as said previously, Chileo is watching it. He is watching the bunker. He is in a very nice spot there. The only thing I can hear currently is the sound of my PC whirring, but other than that, I have no idea if there's been gunshots or not, but I don't think there has been. We do have the 3 musketeers making their way down the left side. Taking it quite slowly still. Leo is of course on that little mount. Might be able to take... Oh! Barely avoids it. Onward timing. Onward timing's a real curse. No. Does it unfortunately just let Imperial do cross. Oh! Might have spotted him. Oh, it doesn't. Jaleo is kind of moving around. He does He did let a person cross, but that is just Onward timing. It might be able to spot him though, you know, from his position. If he is looking out, he is visible. But no, Shirley doesn't have the eyes of a hawk, unfortunately. I keep checking back to see if he's started to shoot, because I feel like he's going to at any moment. But no, it doesn't appear so. It's like watching a cat and mouse. It's just backwards and forwards. He peeks right, he peeks left, he misses the pino, he peeks right again. But anyway, checking over too, we do have Kruger, which is now on the northern hangars, and it's now looking at the tower. Julio does peek right again. Moving backwards and forward. I'm going to switch from Julio. He's getting a little bit boring. He's a boring player. Anyway, so moving him over too, we do have Bobby, Macro, and Diabolical, which have now made a fair bit of progress. We do have Lapino, which is now making his way across. Does need to battle with a Bodo here. Of course, it does have a great amount of assistance from Kuro, so once shots do occur, he will be snapping up. A Bodo has clearly heard some footsteps, but I sure haven't. Still currently waiting to see any form of push. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They are racing their time, as said previously. What was that? These boxes. Shirley is still back on the mount. Still doing the same thing for the past 4 minutes. Nothing to really comment about there, Chief. Bodo is on his alert as he has heard some noises previously. Bobby V2, Diabolical, and of course Macro are still pushing down. They are taking their time. You know, as I said, they do like their time. They are taking it slowly. If Leo could peek around the right side corner, this would be the best time. Yes, he is. Oh, out goes a flash. It's thrown. He's just, oh, just gets shot a little bit. Down goes no Mikey. That is a confirm. Down goes a Pino from a Botto. Julio is going for it. He's going for that flank. He's peeking around the corner. Dudes need to worry about the left side of him though. Did have a player trace him over though, so that is an interesting sight. Does get taken out, but does trade with Bobby. Diabolical is now making his way up. Possible revive onto Bobby. It's still available. Might have an angle onto a Botto here. Aborto is now making his way up. 1 minute remaining. The revive is going to go ahead. Revive onto Bobby. Bobby does get spotted, does get taken out from Diabolical. It is now 35 seconds remaining. It is now a 2-3-4. For Imperial's sake, Imperial have to try to win this. Snooper is now making his way up. They do need the OBJ control. He's on the right side hanger. We do have on the right side down. Nice little pick there on the V2. Nice little pick on the Marco from Snooper. I have no idea what's going on in terms of audio, but I'm excited. Diabolical's going for that cap. Well, it looks, it does get taken out though. Do have the flank from Kuro. They are not watching. Oh, Mira just get taken out, but there's only 3 seconds remaining, and that is that. And it does get taken out in the resulting end, and that will be 4-1 going to Imperial for the last map pick for this evening. Woo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is that. That is game. And the end result is going to be 12-4 going for Imperial. Not a particularly great ending for Gladiators, but regardless, a fun and exciting game. They did almost get it back though on Downfall. Downfall was an interesting rocket show, to say at least. You know, that was a roller coaster of emotions going through that. How they almost got the cap there and how they almost confirmed that win. You know, that was super close in a very exciting round. But say, I'm very sorry to anybody who had a little bit of confusion due to the ban system being a little bit buggy. That is out of my control. I am very sorry. I will be looking into that. But of course, we did discuss the bans multiple times during the cast, so anybody who was new to the cast did know what the maps were banned. So, except from that it has been a very, very exciting game. Thank you all very much, and you have to deal with my utter rubbish as normal. This has been Sniffer from VRML1, and this will be us coming, well, me going by myself, and this will be me coming off for this evening. Thank you all for checking in, everybody, and this is going to be VRML1 out for this evening. Thank you all. Adios, amigos.